Shields up, Iron Breakers. Sorry about the double start to the stream here. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. Today we're going to be playing Tyranny. Now this is a game that I received from my good friends at Good Old Games. Actually they don't call themselves Good Old Games. It's just GOG.com. I received this from my good friends at GOG.com. There's a link in the description, all that good stuff. While I was over at BlizzCon, and so I didn't really had a chance to check it out. So as you guys know, ever since I came back from BlizzCon, I've kind of been playing catch up. And today, I was just checking out, seeing what it looked like, because I had this idea that it didn't seem like it was going to be much my style, to be completely honest. And then I started going through the character creation, and I was like, I'm enjoying this character creation so much that I kind of feel like I just want to live stream it. So anyway, what's this game about? I can see a lot of you guys in chat asking. Let me just double check something in the stream settings here, making sure that we're all good. Yeah, I think we should be good. This is an RPG. From what I can tell from stuff that I've seen online and whatnot, I haven't spoiled myself too much, but it looks to be somewhat in the veins of games like Baldur's Gate. You guys enjoy that? I gotta be honest, I never really played much of Baldur's Gate because whenever people... sorry about that. Whenever people told me about Baldur's Gate, I was always like playing Diablo at the time. But I'm still extremely curious to check this bad boy out. What is this game Ketchup you speak of? I have no idea what you're talking about, L1 Gaming. Why would you do this to me? Also, why are you not a moderator in that account? What the hell? Anyway, it's alright. Like, whenever I start streaming, for some reason, I start getting hot. Alrighty then. So, let's get this started. They have an intro that tells you kind of like the setting of the world and whatnot, which actually got me a little bit confused. But let's watch it together, and let's see if I can get a little bit less confused, shall we? Catch-up, L1 Gaming. I've been playing catch-up. So when you go to a new game, if you're one of those really hardcore RPG players, but there's like the level of hardcoreness in these particular RPGs, I feel is more about the way you develop your character and your stats and whatnot. So I want to say that these options that you have over here are going to be more about how much knowledge you have of the game and not necessarily how good your reflexes are. But I don't know, because I haven't played the game yet. But anyways, there's Expert Mode, which disables a bunch of helper features in the game. Players who want to rely on their own faculties and intuition while playing the game should play Expert Mode. This option is selected when you start a new game. It cannot be enabled in-game, and if disabled, cannot be re-enabled in that game. There's also a death option. Like, let me actually show you guys. If you go over here in the difficulty, there is a death option, which is characters will die permanently when their health reaches 0, and they are at the maximum number of wounds allowed. I'm assuming that if you don't have this checked on, you can resurrect your fallen comrades? I don't know. Like, this game has a lot of seriously hardcore options for people who are into that kind of stuff. But anyway, we're going to go on a completely regular, normal mode. Normal difficulty requires strategy and efficiency, but forgives a few mistakes in combat. Companion AI is enabled by default. Not sure how that's going to work out. I'll have to see that. Then there's also Trial of Iron. If Trial of Iron is enabled, only one save slot is permitted. If your party is defeated and the game ends, your save is lost, and you must start again. Recommended only for those who seek a greater challenge. This can only be modified when starting a new game. So there is, yeah. Like I said, a lot of really hardcore options. We're just going to go full-on normal mode, because like I said, I don't know how hard this is going to be, because I haven't touched the game yet. So let's figure it out.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. the elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Okay, so this is the part where I got a little bit confused because I was watching the intro the first time around, right? And from that, you're almost thinking, okay, so we're going to be a part of the rebellion. We're going to fight against this massive army that's coming in to take all the final bit of land on this place, right? We're going to be battling against them and all that stuff. No. You are a part of the evil army. I mean, I'm assuming they're evil. I don't really know. You're a part of the evil army that has taken over these lands, and you act, from what I could understand this time around, this is my second time around watching the intro, you act kind of like a, I don't want to say a sheriff of sorts, but almost like a mediator of sorts that implements the laws of the evil army on the newly conquered lands. So that is your character as well. So we're going to be a male. We have a couple of body types here. You got big dude, small dude, and thin, tall dude. We're going to be small dude. A little bit of dwarvish. I'm going to change the skin color here. And what else? Okay, so roll. In the Northern Empire where you were born, men enjoy equal protections under the laws of the Overlord Kyrus. So we were born under the Empire of Kyrus. In the southern lands of the Tears, only men... Can I click this? Kyrus is the name of our legend. Kyrus is a name out of legend. For centuries, the Overlord has consolidated power, sending vast armies to swallow entire realms. Most powerful mystic the world has ever seen, Kyrus can issue edicts, magic proclamations that level cities, spread pox, sunder the lands, or change the course of seasons. Wow. No wonder these guys were conquering left and right. Southern lands of the Tears, only men may own or captain ships, but real estate is restricted to women. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land in the Tears always passes to the eldest daughter or sister. Interesting. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. Those without profession or family lands to work can find purpose by pledging service to one of the Overlord's mighty archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the archons. If a child cannot forge his own skein, you will certainly find one in battle. I'm not sure what a skein is. Probably some kind of a weapon. Let's see. Rui, which army is the evil one? Both of them are evil. They're two factions of the same big army. So, I already know what kind of character I want. I think it was it this dude? Or was it this dude? I don't actually remember. Either way, he's gonna have a fatty beard, so it doesn't really matter. I think we're doing this, and was it this? Kinda, and then this. And I know some of you are gonna be like, but Rurikon, you don't have a beard anymore. It grows back, you guys. It grows back. I'd actually go with the shorter here. Oh, look at this. The friggin' Superman here. Hells yeah. Hair and beard are always such difficult options. Well, beard is actually pretty simple, assuming that the game has the right options. Then for a portrait, we're going to go with this, because it's the only portrait with a beard, if I remember correctly. All the other portraits is just like shaven faces all around. So we're going to take the one portrait with a beard. Male sneaky? No. Male aggressive.
On the lookout.
On the lookout. I don't think I took any tattoos because I didn't like the patterns. I wanted some more dwarvish patterns, but just to give you guys an idea, there's plenty of tattoo options. Let me actually paint them both black so that you can see them appropriately. So, for instance, you got this flame on your left hand. You got this, which is kind of all in your face. You have this on your right shoulder. You have this, which would be on your arms. This on your legs. So there are plenty of options in terms of tattoos if that's what you're into, but I just didn't appreciate any of the patterns, so we went no tattoo. Next up, history. How did you join Kairos' army? So you can be a pit fighter, hunter. All of these give you different stats and whatnot, as well as a different origin story. So we're going to go with a soldier. Unable to settle the year's accounts with grain, your parents offered you as tithe to the overlord instead. Seeing your first battle as a child, you've known all your life how to fight, how to stay calm at the sight of blood and disembowelment, and how to rely on your fellow warriors deemed smarter than the average killer. You were groomed for command and given an education in letters and numbers. With rumors of war, it seemed recruitment into the Disfavored Legion would be the obvious match for your skills. The Disfavored Legion were the guys on the left at the start, which was like the organized dudes who were quality over quantity. But the Archon of Justice is known to say that good iron is not used for swords and good minds are not used for soldiers. Claimed by Tunon, the Adjudicator is the Archon of Justice, ruler of the conquered realms and arbiter of disputes. So he's a pretty big deal. You were instead drafted into the Court of Fatebinders, where your martial skills were put to use in the enforcement of Kairos laws. Like I said, we're kind of like policemen, essentially. If you want to give it if you want to give it a more current denotation. Okay. Ruri, can I give you a suggestion on what traits to level? Nope. I mean, you can give me a suggestion. I'm probably not going to follow it. Anyway, you were trained in the following combat style. Sword and board, baby. I'd rather have hammer and board, but they don't have that. So you can either be a spell slinger, you can have javelins, dual wields, unarmed attacks, so kind of like a boxer type dude. But obviously we're going to go sword and shield, and then they tell us choose an ability. You got shield slam and sunder. I mean, that's not really a choice, right? Shield slam, of course. I'm not even looking at, specific advantages or whatnot. I just like the idea of having a skill that's a shield slam. One thing that I really liked as I was creating the characters is I like the art style that this game is going for, because it's not going for the hyper-realistic, super detailed art style. It's going for a more simplistic art style that will most likely stand the test of time. Hopefully, we shall see. Anyway, you get to select the secondary expertise. You also receive training in this combat style. Spear and shield, javelin, war mace, dual wielding. Obviously, I was thinking about going war mace, but to be honest, spear and shield. Wielding a sword and shield puts you in the front line of combat, standing between your enemies and your allies. Holding a shield will slow down your attack rates slightly, but give you good defensive bonuses. So what happens if we do this? We will learn Sunder. Interesting, whereas if we do War Mace, we can choose between Sunder and Cleave. Can I use Cleave in one-handed weapons? Yes, then I think I want Cleave instead. We're going to go with the War Mace. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll go Spear and Shield and just focus full-on in shield combat. Yeah, full-on shield combat. Friggin' shields up, Iron Breakers. Boom! Accepted. Next. Tell us more. Character colors. So we can change the color of our clothing there. It can be fully black, can be red. I actually want a little bit of the red highlights. And black pants. We can go gray pants. Matches our armor a little bit better, but whatever. Black pants. Then we get to select our banners, which I already know which image I want. There's plenty of images, but I would want one of the birds. This one, and we are doing... What was it that I was doing? I think it was red on white. Actually, red on gold. Red on gold looks awesome. Let's do red on gold. Looks good to me. Next, please enter name. Huracan. Next, attributes. Might, finesse, and resolve. Looks like they just want me to get might and finesse. Interesting. Last time they wanted me to get resolve. Resolve terms the character's ability to endure physical and mental challenges. Resolve is the primary attribute used to derive the endurance. I don't know what endurance is. Interesting. You hover over resolve and it says the same thing that it says there. Resolve 10. Plus 10 affliction, 0% affliction. So basically, this gives us a little bit of magic defense. Might determines the physical strength of a character. Increased might leads to more powerful attacks and stronger abilities, as well as increasing the endurance defense. Not sure what endurance defense is. Can I see it? Endurance defense resists attacks on the internal physical systems of the character, poison, disease, stunned, etc. Is defined by the character's resolve and might attributes, but can also be influenced by equipped items, talents. Interesting. So might also works as another thing for resolve. So what I'm going to do is we are going to go 4 on might, 2 on finesse, and 2 on vitality, which increases our base health. That's what we're doing. Now, let's get to skills. And then in skills, here we go. We got some skills in bows. Looks like we can't actually diminish these. These probably come through because of my soldier background, so they just expect you to be somewhat proficient with a lot of weapons. And we get 20 points, and this is what the game recommends. We take one-handed weapons, athletics, and parry, but I also want some dodging. I'm not sure if dodging is very useful. I'm not even sure you can dodge if you have a shield. That's the other thing. Strongly recommended for you because of your training in sword and shield and spear and shield. Strongly recommended. Shield is recommended because of your training in sword and shield. Parry will defend against melee attacks and spells. I'm just going to focus on parry. The hell with dodge. So let's take this all the way up to like 45. Let's take this all the way up to 40. Maybe not. Let's do that, and then I want to be fairly tanky. And then finally, how do you want to continue? We can either play Conquest or Quick Start. Selecting the Conquest option will allow you to play through the Kairos Conquest of the Tiers. Choosing how your character was involved in the invasion, this gives you the most control over the starting state of the game and how other factions react to your character. I like this. I like that it's like, hey, you just want to play through the game? Whatever. Bypass the Conquest phase, you'll select from a list of available templates and whatever. But you can also do Conquest and actually define a background for your character. I just realized something. I don't like the color of my beard. Luckily, we can just go back and fix that. There we go. A little bit more brown. Then you can just skip the skills, hit next, and everything's saved. Conquest. Next.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tiers, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tiersmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tiers sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
These are the 2 guys. This guy's got like the Horde army. This dude's got like the quality over numbers. Oh. Are we actually playing now? Conquest. During the Conquest, you will decide your character's actions during Chaos Invasion of the Tiers, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tiers respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. 428 TR, Year 1 of Kairos' Conquest. The Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tiers. Built upon a natural harbor, the crossroads between realms, the city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tiers, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target for Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' armies. Taking the city would send a message to the rest of the Tiers. Kairos' will is insurmountable. Select the token on the map to begin. Gates of Judgment. In the first major engagement of war, Kairos' armies cross the mountains and establish a foothold. Infiltrate the Tiers. Both armies are sent their forces to prepare the way. Hmm. I don't know what the difference is between picking any of these. I'm going to select this one. The armies of Kairos took the battle to the gates of judgment, trumpeting the opening call of the conquest of the tiers. The two armies brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strengths. So I have to pick, and if I go here, I also have to pick. History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. I guess we'll have to do both. So, I have to pick. I can either join the Disfavored or the Scarlet Chorus. So the thing about it is I like the color of the Scarlet Chorus, but I'm all about quality over quantity, so we're going to join the Disfavored on this one. Standing shield to shield with Kairos' ironclad elite, you advance on the mercenary army purchased by the nobles of the bastard city. The Legion wanted to send a message to the tiers that superior breathing and disciplined training would win the day. Sounds a lot like, sounds like some fucking... What this? You rushed with the chaotic mass of the Scarlet Chorus, flanked the bastard city's army, and drove them to flee. Wow, this one, kind of like this one. Just go in, massive amounts of death and destruction, and kill people. Oh man, what decision shall I make? Guys, what do you guys think? Shall we join the Disfavored or the Scarlet Chorus? Let's see, chat. Your choice. Choice, chat. Give it to me. Give it to me. Raphael and Pavel disagreeing. Wow. Disfavored Scarlet, Disfavored Scarlet, Disfavored, Disfavored Scarlet. Oh, you guys are not making this easy for me. Disfavored. I see a little bit more Disfavored than Scarlet for sure. Chorus is a bet mad. Disfavored is more stoic. Disfavored. Okay, looks like Disfavored is winning. We're gonna go with the Disfavored. Alrighty then. Bastard City learned too late that a military is earned and never bought. The mercenary army quickly found themselves outclassed by superior tactics and formation of the Disfavored. Those few who lived to the end of the battle were rounded up, the weak executed, and the strong enslaved to haul the army's wagons on the journey south. Righty. Feeding the host. You found a way to feed Kairos' armies in enemy territory. You decided the fate of enemy soldiers captured in battle. Soldiers of the tiers fell by the hundreds, and Kairos' armies could not agree on how to handle what few survivors they dragged back to camp. Befitting your role, commanders turned to you to decide the fate of those who occupied the prison pens. There were only enough prisoners to support the plan of a single army. And then here, against the most optimistic projections, Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus made short work of the local defenses. They did so well that the armies quickly outpaced their supply caravans. Troops were plentiful, but food was scarce. You only had time to execute one plan to secure provisions. I want to decide the fate of the prisoners. So here, the Disfavored needed slaves to haul their gear, dig latrines, and keep their pallets warm at night. You consider the survivors of battle to their subservient roles among graven ashes noble troops. You gave prisoners the chance to serve in Kairos' army or die. The Scarlet Chorus was in need of extra troops to fill up the vanguard, and your former enemies would occupy those soldiers nicely. Basically, enslave them or enlist them, which is a different form of slavery in which they can actually die. Slave the enemy, conscript the enemy. Not a huge fan of slavery. Not a huge fan of conscription either, but between the two, we're going to go with conscription. You armed cooperative ex-soldiers with scrap weapons and tossed them into the vanguard of the next Scarlet Chorus assault. Those who survived were welcome to take up the arms and armor of the fallen and eke out a desperate struggle to survive in Kairos' military. After the first victory, you rewarded the new recruits with the opportunity to execute their wounded or reluctant countrymen. Taking the Bastard City. The armies of Kairos amassed around the Bastard City, first bastion of the Tears to fall. Both armies longed to storm the walled outpost, the Scarlet Chorus howling for plunder, and the disfavored forming an unbreakable shield wall. Your prowess on the field of battle had carried them this far. There was only one more step before total victory. Both the armies had inspired schemes to take the Bastard City. Which did you support? Sabotage the city's defenses. Burn the city. Assault on the main gates. You led the mixed band of disfavored and Scarlet Chorus scouts over the city walls to sabotage its defenses. Concealing shadows. 1 per encounter. Oh, you're going to gain stuff. So if we do this, you join this favored vanguard in the direct assault upon the city gates. No fortification would stand before the unstoppable legion. Warriors Respite. Stand your ground in the face of defeat. During this time, you will regenerate health rapidly, but your damage is significantly reduced. Join the Scarlet in setting fire to the city and blocking the gates of defenders would surrender or burn. Searing Palm. I like this. Not to mention I like the idea of a direct assault. With heroic courage and legendary determination, the disfavored battered the gates of the Bastard City to splinters. Those who fell under this consistent hail of arrows or cascades of boiling pitch left the battlefield temporarily, only to appear hours later as Archon Graven Ash's protection healed their numerous wounds. In time, the gates gave way and Kairos forces spilled inside the city walls with resounding cheers of victory. The Bastard City, 428 TR. The city settled into a new state of normalcy with every tower displaying Kairos' banner. Name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into 2 fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as a judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. You may choose one of these locations, Lethian's Crossing or Apex. So, I can be a judge and overseer in Lethian's Crossing. The positive iron made the settlement of Lethian's Crossing a strategic war asset. Kairos sent the forge-bound smith mages of exceptional skill to establish a flow of weaponry. Tunon, the adjudicator, sent one of his fate binders to ensure the enforcement of Kairos' law. Or Apex. The troops of the mountain realm of the Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbors in the Bastard Tier fell. In the second year of war, a joint force of the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus crossed over to the mountains to take control of the Tier's central valley. So basically, reinforce one of the locations we already conquered, or engage on a new conquer. Sorry, I'm just keep moving forward. That's my thing. Year 2 of Kairos' conquest. No wonder they give you the option to skip this. This is a pretty long thing. The mountain nation of Apex, ruled for generations by the queens of House Vendrian, stood at the heart of the Tiers. No army could bypass the landlocked realm without leaving their flank exposed to attack. By the second year of war, the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus had pushed deep into the Tiers. Elements of both armies were dispatched to conquer Apex. Tunon assigned you to accompany them tasked with bringing Kairos' law territory, as well as keeping an eye on both armies. Because, yeah, they're crazy. Battle of the Evduring Pass. The Archon of Stone's assault was perhaps too successful. Denial of Strength. New school of mages presented problems and opportunities. Battle of the Edging. You congratulated his favorite for taking the pass without risking the lives of Kairos' loyal servants. At this stage of the campaign, it was vital to use any advantage that would mitigate any losses. You upheld the Scarlet Chorus' claim and demanded that the youngest disfavored scouts join the chorus to settle the debt. Favorite sent their most destructive ally to crush Fort Cairn. Archon of Stone buried the stronghold under an avalanche triggered from the surrounding mountains. Wow. Forest demands compensation. So I can either take their side here, or we can do a school of water mages loyal to the Tiersmen pose substantial threat. This favored wish to annihilate the school, while the Scarlet Chorus insisted on capturing the mages, wishing to learn their craft. This favor, all mages had a chance to surrender before the war, and trying to capture the enemy would lead to needless losses. I was not ordering the mage elders taken alive for interrogation. So we can recruit mages, or we can kill them, or we can destroy this place and side with the disfavored. Screw those chorus guys. They're crazy. They'd be crazy. Scarlet Chorus claims were insignificant compared to the lossless victory. You congratulated this favorite and encouraged the Scarlet Chorus to better value their soldiers' lives. Suggestion that gang bosses took worse than the original offense. Vowing to remember this, the slighted army returned to camp to sulk, if not to lick their wounds. Whatever, dude. Get good, kids. Swords of the Fallen. Scarlet Chorus soldiers were found wearing disfavored armor. What? A local custom of the Tears created strife between Kairos' armies. Marriage bed armistice. The enemy readied for a peacetime festival as Kairos' forces armed for battle. Disfavored paid no mind to the southern custom and planned to attack the Vendrian forces during their annual celebration. The Scarlet Chorus insisted on a day of non-violence. As former Tearsmen, many could grasp the decency of a temporary reprieve. You sided with his favorite commander and paid no homage to this bygone costume, interrupting a cultural pastime and slaughtering your way through non-combatants. You offered the locals their last feast, sending a few Scarlet Chorus agents into the mix in good faith. The army hoped that the gesture would foster an air of partnership in the occupation to come. Scarlet Chorus soldiers were seen wearing disfavored gear, supposedly taken from those who fell in battle. The disfavored were outraged, citing tradition that their armor passed only to next of kin within the army. In a debate of tradition versus practicality, you had to rule on favoring one army over another. I don't like any of these options. I want to respect these guys, so we're going to go with this choice of allowing them to have one day of party time. The festivities went off as expected, and the Scarlet Chorus recruits you sent to enjoy themselves reported little animosity among the revelers. The disfavored protested your ruling was too merciful and waged all-night training drills to combat the sound of celebration with an anthem of swords and shields. You sent forces to attack the following day, a battle from which the disfavored refused themselves out of protest. You guys are asking for it. Oh, man. This is not easy. Fall of Apex. With the defeat of Apex, an inevitability, the armies of Kairos, man, my nose is itchy as hell today. With the defeat of Apex and inevitability, the armies of Kairos met to discuss how to put an end to this stage of the conquest. Both armies agreed to send an offer of parley. Along with their acceptance, the enemy requested that you appear in the meeting. Word of your fair dealings had apparently spread to their ranks. How did you orchestrate the surrender of the realm of Apex? Fall of Apex. Negotiate surrender. Challenge the Queen. What? Taunting the Queen of Apex into striking you under a banner of truce, you baited the Queen of Apex into a duel and slew her, frightening her vassals into submission. Through days of mediation, you negotiated the surrender of the valley to Kairos' forces, putting an end to further bloodshed. Yeah. We're not going to bait someone to attack us under a flag of truce. Your former enemies were loath to part with their lands, but they were even more reluctant to continue a war they were losing at every turn. The Tearsmen were a stubborn lot. Despite their grim situation, it still took days of discussion and diplomacy to show them the madness of tenacity. Third day of mediation, the rules of Apex finally submit to your terms of surrender, putting an end to the war in the valley and freeing up Kairos' forces to march deeper into the Tears. That's the second city we've conquered. Not that we've done anything to earn it. Land of Apex finally rested in the hands of Kairos' forces. The Scarlet Chorus paused to revel in victory while the disfavored prepared for the next fight, affording themselves but an evening's rest. Kairos' armies radiated out from the conquered citadel and worked their way across the Tears. The disfavored and Scarlet Chorus aimed to dominate as much territory as possible in the coming year. Your distinguished reputation in Kairos' military left the choice of your next destination yours to make. Kairos' conquering gaze fell upon the Vellum Citadel, its treasures, its knowledge, its secrets. Stalwart. With its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in the Tears. Azure. Kairos dispatched the Archon of Stone to subjugate the nation of Azure. I want this. A defensible position? Come on. Kidding me? Rich military tradition? Realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm of the tiers. This is what we want. The most formidable realm of all. Let's go. Year 3 of Kairos' conquest. Kuwait 16. So is this the whole game? No, this is only character creation. We haven't even gotten to the game yet. The realm of Stalwart was best known for its proud army, disciplined, courageous, and undefeated in their home soil. Skill and resolve made Stalwart a military power that Kairos' forces approached with due caution. With its southern region, Stalwart had been largely safe from war. With its southern position, Stalwart had been largely safe from war. Watching for 2 years as its neighbors fell to Kairos' forces. On the dawn of the third year of war, Kairos' forces were finally poised to invade the Stalwart Peninsula and subdue the tier's most vaunted army. What's this? Contentious setback. A stinging defeat led to accusations among Kairos' armies. Marching on empty. Tragedy struck when hungry Scarlet Chorus soldiers appropriated disfavored supplies. So basically, there's no positive here. You're either going to lose something, or you're going to have to settle a dispute between the army. Stalwart defenders burned their crops as they retreated, leaving the invaders little to forage. Starving, the Scarlet Chorus mob raided from the disfavored well-maintained supply lines, incurring casualties on both sides. So we can do this. Or, after defeat at the hands of enemy defenders, the Scarlet Chorus accused disfavored of recklessness. Disfavored claimed the Scarlet Chorus brought too few soldiers to cover their flanks. Both armies refused to march until you gave a ruling. I'd rather rule on this. Marching on empty. You ordered that the thieving Scarlet Chorus soldiers be spiked for their affront. Now, what exactly does spiked mean? Does that mean that you're just going to, like, stick them with a spear and just leave them hanging there? Or is it just like a little poke? And then, if you rule this way, by your command, disfavored share their provisions. The thieves each lost a hand for their treachery. Nope, sorry. Scarlet Chorus, I mean, you guys are fucking up way too much. You guys are a goddamn mess. Learn how to maintain your goddamn food and get spiked. Even in a time of war, there was no excuse for allied armies to battle each other in violation of Kairos' peace. The disfavored rightly argued that they only had enough supplies to feed their troops. The Scarlet Chorus needed to better look after their own people, agreeing with their assessment, you had the offenders staked. Okay, that's a lot more descriptive. Outside the Scarlet Chorus camp, left to send the message that hunger was no shield from justice. Yep, we impaled them. Like, too bad. Scarlet Chorus, man, you guys just kind of had it coming. Better dead than red. A string of mass suicides led to the Scarlet Chorus making demands of the disfavored. A new Scarlet Chorus tactic provoked disfavored rage. The Beasts of Stalwart. What's this? Scarlet Chorus mages discovered a spell to turn beastmen slaves against their handlers. The army prepared to deploy this tactic elsewhere, but the disfavored protested. The use of unsanctioned magical practices ran contrary to Kairos' laws, and beastmen were considered too erratic to be relied upon even as shock troops. Beastmen slaves. I don't even know what the fuck beastmen slaves are, though. I wish I knew. And then here we have better than red. Rather than submit to Scarlet Chorus conscription, conquered locals began committing suicide. Desperate to add more bodies to the horde, the Scarlet Chorus demanded a portion of disfavored prisoners. The disfavored denied the right of recruitment as the realm's population had taken a steep decline. Yeah. About that. Beastmen into slaves against their handlers. So this is like just using cheap ass tactics. And this is about how Scarlet wants disfavored prisoners. You refused the disfavored request and allowed the Scarlet Chorus to continue recruitment. Additionally, you ordered that the disfavored camp slaves be given to the Chorus to make up for the losses suffered. You banned the Scarlet Chorus from recruiting in the realm of Stalwart, going so far as notifying the locals to assuage their fears. Hey, Jacob Grimmikins, thank you very much for sponsoring on YouTube Gaming. Tip of the hat to you, sir. Thank you very much. Goatmen that fight to live in your service. Now, we're going to do We're going to deny the Scarlet Chorus. I know that I've been playing against the Scarlet Chorus this whole time, but I don't agree with a lot of the shit they're doing. So, you agreed with this favorite arguments. This conquest was never about ruling a graveyard, but the Scarlet Chorus acted contrary to that goal. The voices of Nerat. Fuck is Nerat? Known in this official capacity as the Archon of Secrets, the voices of Nerat is equal parts genius and madman. And steal the minds of others. Wow. Man, my nose is so itchy today. Okay. His mobs, the voices of Nerat and his mobs blamed you for suppressing their ability to conduct war as they saw fit. In spite of their protests, you read this proclamation in every conquered village, knowing that enemy spies would hear your verdict. The Edict of Storms. Disfavored carved the slow, steady path into the heart of Stalwart and surrounded the enemy's massive fortress. With the main bulk of their forces defeated, the enemy leadership retreated to their mighty fortress, content to wait out the war. The Overlord answered this impudence with an Edict of Storms on the peninsula, edicts being spells, a devastating spell that would endure for as long as the cowardly hearts of Stalwart's leaders persisted in beating. Knowing you had the trust of Graven Ash, Tunon deemed you the proper representative to deliver Kairos' edict. Aside from being given a 3-day window to read the edict, you received no other instructions. Edict of Storms. Agreeing with the wishes of this favored, you proclaimed the edict at once, leaving the enemy no time to react. Stalwart had ample opportunity to surrender for several years. The time for mercy was long gone. In an attempt to ingratiate themselves with the people of Stalwart, the Scarlet Chorus insisted that warnings be sent to towns and villages so that the people may prepare for the horror about to descend on them. We're going to go with the Scarlet on this one because I'm not a fucking tyrant. Kairos' wrath was intended for the cowardly regents of Stalwart, not those unfortunate swept in the calamity of their leadership. A warning in advance of the spell would give locals time to prepare for the devastation to come. You were content to let punishment fall on the innocent as lightly as Kairos' will allows. Comforted that you might yet spare lives, you broke the seal of Kairos' Edict of Storms and read the Overlord's incantation. Boom. Raphael Isel, Rui saying he isn't a tyrant. Good one. I'm not. I'm totally not. The Edict of Storms. As clear skies darkened, you read the final words of the edict. A flurry of wind and rain whipped through the rolling plains and craggy canyons, turning rocks, uprooted trees, and hapless soldiers into hazardous shrapnel. Armed with a measure of foresight, you were able to remove yourself from the area before the storms grew more violent. Over time, nearby communities told of cyclones consisting of thousands of soldiers' worth of limbs, spears, armor, and skulls. What's more, the weather showed no signs of dissipating. Several units of this favored who fought the enemy in spite of the advancing storm were caught up in the Overlord's magic. The few survivors regrouped and nursed their wounds. Their failure to topple the stalwart legions shamed them into believing the dead more fortunate. The name Stalwart fell from use. People took to calling it the Blade Grave for the remade landscape festooned with iron and bronze armaments of two once great legions. As Kairos' forces departed, you spared glance back at the ruins of Stalwart, marveling at your work. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. Conquest complete. You have reached the end of Kairos' conquest. Do you want to continue or erase your progress and start over? Hey guys, let's start all over. No, this is good. After he had his own men impaled, not a tyrant. Hey, they were fucking up. Not my fault. They were like seriously just like fucking up and creating.
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault.
What the fuck? I treated these people with respect. I gave them warnings before I brought the wrath of Kairos upon them. I let them have their day of feast before I slaughtered them. And now they come in the fucking midnight hour and assault my armies? Fuck you guys. You suck.
With their main forces spread across the tiers, the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons.
So I'm supposed to murder everyone.
As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you.
We were attacked.
You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Fate Binder Rurikhan, I presume. We've been expecting you. Look at how it even has the Baldur's Gate cursor. Okay. This is your first visit to the world of Tyranny. Watch for these windows to help you become familiar with the game. You can disable tutorial messages at any time from the game options. Okay. Welcome to Terratus.
Right.
Kairos the Overlord be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. Its favorite warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate, traditional salute of her legion. Bid your welcome return to Vendrian's Well. The altitude is still dizzying, the locals still revolting, doubly so this time around, as they're pissed on that peace accord you offered them. Edgering Pass is still as you remember it. I was hoping to have the warriors celebrate your return with a proper feast, but I'm told you have places to be. In a hurry to deliver the messages of the Archons, I come bearing the Edict of Kairos. Our soldiers will complete their task or die. You hear that hum in the air? They glow around the rocks. The avalanche is Kairos' magic. The Overlord has sealed the valley. Your senses are more than mine, good Fatebringer. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if that was Kairos' magic and you're here on important business, well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secrets to guess that you're here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague, an edict of twisted bones? Nervous smile creeps up on her as she waits for a response that doesn't arrive. I'm asking questions beyond my station. She dips low, trembling as she bows. Forgiveness, please. Well, we've traveled a long way. I won't keep you further. Sure, the Archons will want to hear from you at... Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastward with an alarm. Did you hear that? More runners. Third time this week, the Oathbreakers kept trying to send messengers through the mountains to gather help from outside the valley. Points over the collapsed path which you arrived, but they're a bit too late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. Is this turn-based, or what's the deal? Like it is turn-based. Tyranny uses a pausable real-time combat system because you will often manage more than one character at a time. It is a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, resume real-time to see the orders play out. The options menu contains many choices for automatic pausing. Certain conditions are met. Example, start combat. Press spacebar to pause and unpause the game. Your character can always perform basic attacks using their equipped weapon or their fists if fighting unarmed. I'm assuming I can just shield slam this guy in the face. This is a cooldown, so yep, just shield slam his ass off. And I'm assuming I'm going to control this one too. A character's ability spell can be accessed to selected category. Characters of the game, friend and foe, F5, primary defenses against attack, parry and dodge, endurance, will, and magic. There are 4 possible results from any attack, hit, crit, graze. Here's what we're gonna do. Shield slam this guy. And what can you do? No! No, 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 no. Looks like I'm only controlling one character for now, because I don't see the option to control the other one from here. So...
I got it.
Shield slam, bitch. This is awkward. This attack. Thrust. Assuming that he'll just auto attack now, right? Yep, he will auto attack. We can also sunder him though. Does this actually spend anything? It's just like cooldown based, so whatever.
On it.
Sunder his ass. And after that, do the war cry thing. Damn it, I was trying to see if you could rotate the camera. Guess not. It's one down. Let's check further along the path for more. Can we loot him? Whetstone and potion of protection. I'll take that. The avalanche has this block. Think you can fit through the rubble? Find out. Boulder. Rock slide boulders the path ahead. You can squeeze through a narrow gap between the boulders. Wedge yourself between the rocks and squeeze through as quickly as possible. Move boulder. Press your weight against the boulder directly in the path. Get the fucking boulder out of my face. Oh! Get rocked! Give her the shield slam.
On it.
Okay, she's dazed. Now give him the sunder. And after that, scream. Scream bloody murder. And give her the thrust. Does this do extra damage or what's the deal? Looks like we're doing fine in combat. Shield slam his ass. Sunder him.
I got it.
Yeah, now shield slam him in the face. Boosh! Dude, I love the shield slam. You've gone and messed with the wrong... whatever my station is. Looks like I can't loot that one, but I can loot this one. What's this? Sun Soldier's Javelin. Javelins don't really interest us very much. How you doing? Don't bother with me. Go down the pass. Drastus. The soldier clutches his gut and winces. You can see a hint of entrails between his fingers. You're wounded, and it is not trivial. He laughs through clenched teeth. This but a scratch. I've seen twice as worth 10 times over. Doubles over in pays, gagging and shivering. If you let... Keep hold of your guts then. Farewell. If you let me help. Said, I'm fine. Raven Ash protects. You go on and help the others. Okay. Several skulls, bleached by the sun and picked clean by carrion birds, are spiked on a roughly hewn post. Okay, let's see what we got here. These are allies, right? Where are the enemies? I'm confused. Scarlet Fury, Sun Soldier. Are the Sun Soldiers the enemies? I don't understand.
Try and catch me, worm.
A young Scarlet Fury weaves around the Vendrian Guard attackers, avoiding their weapons with fluid grace. She nods to acknowledge you. Breathless enemy soldier passes a glance to her countryman. This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses and turn back.
Fate finder. You're here at last. Care to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery?
That depends. Who are you?
Are you serious? I came to escort you to camp when... Damn it! Kill first, questions later.
Sounds like you could use my help.
I'm no water lily, but I'd welcome an extra blade.
For the realm of Apex, charge the Vendrin Guard level of weapons in advance.
Come at.
Alrighty, this guy seems like he's going to toss. Seems like he's going to do ranged stuff. I don't like it, so here's what we're doing. Okay, it looks like I'm actually controlling 2 characters now, though. So, I am going to grab this, shield slam this guy in the face. Then with her, what can she do? What's this? Burning Iron. So obviously she's got more offensive. I'm assuming Blood-Soaked Stone. Coordinate with Verse to knock your target prone, then follow up with a strong bleeding attack. Okay, so we're going to do that on this guy. Yeah, let's hope this works. What the fuck? Did I just murder that person? Alrighty, I thought I was doing something else.
Got them in my
But I guess I'm doing this instead. So shield slam this guy now.
sights.
Okay, now that he's staggered, grab her and do whatever the fuck this is to this guy. And what's this? Skewer. It seems like it's primary attack. Whereas we... No! No, 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 no. This. Do this here. Now, we are going to screen.
Not a problem, boss.
Oh, she's an archer. Okay, that works. Alrighty, then we're gonna sunder this dude. That guy's on fire. Ow! That went right through me! What the fuck? You see that? Look at that shit. It went right through me. What the hell? Hey, those are the guys who hadn't failed. I know, I remember. The companion Verse is joined your party. Verse is a capable warrior, skilled in both melee and ranged combat. As you acquire companions, you will need to balance their strengths against the strengths of your character to be successful in combat. While it is possible to venture alone, you'll find the game more rewarding with a well-balanced party. There are now 2 characters in your party, and both are selected. Any commands you issue now will affect both party members. To select a single party member, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. Wait. You can either control your new companion directly, or you can enable their AI. Where's the AI? Is it this? Left click to toggle party AI. Let's leave the AI on for now, just in case I missed something, but whatever. Ooh. AI behavior enabled. Defend party. The character will attack anyone who attacks a member of the party, but will not seek out targets. Blade Dancer, Archer. Interesting. Yeah, let's leave AI on default for now. There's several stance abilities that provide her with different benefits in combat. Stance, Seeking Sheath. How do I change stance? Looks like I can't right now. You can even assign different stuff. Okay. I don't know how to change stances, though. Oh, there we go. Battle stance. Red Geyser, -10 dodge. Bonus damage to next attack. Equal to 50% damage received from attackers. 3 Whispers, +20 dodge. +10 accuracy. Okay, so for now we'll keep the +10 accuracy because it seems to be the best choice anyway. Okay, but that's how you switch stances. Looks like I personally don't have stances. I am, however, immobilized, so there's not much I can really do. So it's all on you until I can get out of immobilization mode.
I got it.
Wait, I can, like, move here. After I skewer him, right? Now, should be able to get him. Now she turns around and attacks. Gotcha. Now we're talking.
I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent. Though you did a fair amount of feasting in the second year of the conquest, as I recall. A few of my mates and I caroused with this apex scum thanks to your good faith gesture. A pity this lot won't be around to remember the good old days. I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone.
You fight like a storm. What's your role in the army? You're the Smith soldier. If I need you, I'll find you at the Scarlet Chorus camp. Why are they attacking us?
I guess. The Vendrian Guard are testing our strength in battle, learning how we perform before they organize a real offensive. That or they're really, really desperate to get beyond the mountains and couldn't wait until nightfall. Eager. I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching. No reason to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm toes. For the voices of Nerat!
Alrighty. I'm gonna take all this stuff with me, and now let's go. Wait a second. Can we... Oh! I was hoping this would pause the game. Doesn't seem like it does. We now have a spell scroll. So what do we get? Didn't I loot a bunch of stuff? There we go. Scarlet Fury Helm. 40. This one's better, so I'll take that. God, it's ugly. Okay. How about you? You have nothing. Take mine. You don't look as sexy as you looked before. Let's take a look at your skills. Is it here? Talents? So, she is a duelist. I'm a skirmisher. No, she's a skirmisher and I'm a duelist. What? No, I'm confused. No. Never mind. Wow, look at my talent trees over here. Jesus. Okay, we got tons of talent trees. Looks like we have 1 point in these two. Oh, I get it. It's not like I can invest. These are the amount of points we've placed in so far. Looks like you can have like one per tier, maybe? Maybe I'm wrong? I don't know. Okay, these are the stuff that you have to select. Which we don't have any of these, actually. Weird. Anyway, that's not what I was looking for. I was actually looking for skills. Spell creation sigils, missives, attributes, weapon skills. There we go. So she is bows, dual wield. Okay, so she's dual wield. Straight up. So she probably doesn't care for javelins. Javelins, I'm assuming, are subsection of thrown weapons, right? One-handed and thrown weapons. So I could use the javelin. 510 pierce. So she has Red Rivers and Gutseeker. I like the name of that blade, the Gutseeker. Whereas I have the bronze sword. How much damage do you have on these? Wait a second. That's how much it costs, not how much it defends. Accuracy +2. What does mine do? Deflection 7. Recovery accuracy +3. So technically speaking, it's still better than mine, right? Oh, actually, this one has more defense. Okay, so I'll take mine back. And you can have this ugly thing. Looks much better on you anyways. Were there rings in there? Nope. 611 pierce. Mine is 711 pierce, so pretty useless. And 811 pierce. Let's actually hide the helmet because that damn thing is ugly as ass. Anyway, let's go. Is she gonna follow me? No? I have to select both of them?
Can't do that.
I'm supposed to go down. Oh, these guys want some. Eyes forward, no looking back, the Vendrian Guard warrior roars with his falx hanging high, held high, his words largely lost over the din of combat. You! As his attention lands on you, a double take of recognition comes over the man's face. The Peacebinder from the war. You've come once again to talk peace. It seems you're too late. Drop your weapon and perhaps we can settle this without bloodshed. We knew that violating the surrender meant an end to what little mercy and goodwill Kyrus' forces have or ever will show us. Now there's no turning back. I know you tried to do right by us in the past, but you're between us and the way out, nothing personal. Did I hear that correctly? Maybe you misunderstand why we're here. As he signals his men to charge, the sound of chanting rises from the south, drawing his attention. Scarlet Chorus, reinforcements, hurry! Run down the Oath Breakers. This guy's name is Mocking Blaze. Let none escape. From the red mob of reinforcements to the south, a blood chanter emerges at the head of the rabble. The ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones, signing sigils of magic and wordlessly moving her mouth with the blood chanter's. The blood chanter scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the Vendrian Guard warriors as the chanter's magic worms its way into their minds, binding them with rage. Hold position, all of you there. Keep to the path. The warrior gestures along the canyon trail, but his soldiers turn their attention to the Scarlet Chorus roaring challenges. No, don't engage them. We need to run. Yeah, you guys are fucked now. You guys are real fucked. When you have companions in the party, you're able to execute unique and powerful abilities. Yep, I saw that one already. It's beautiful. So, that's actually what we're going to do. Straight up on this mofo right here. So, actually select verse. And we're going to give him the old 1-2 punch straight up. And immediately after doing that, I'm going to scream. Looks like we didn't win there. So, I'm going to do that. And you are going to actually move here. Now, I want you to get this guy while I...
You got it.
thought I was screaming. Okay, no good. No good. So, you need to do... Did she actually burn the guy? Never mind. She did burn the guy, so that's fine. After you've burned him, keep attacking him. And I am going to scream. Did I screamed yet? Looks like I screamed, so give him the old shield slam. Let's sunder this guy. And how are your abilities doing? All on cooldown? Okay. Skewer the mofo. Are they all dead? Bleed out, you little shit. Come quick. We have a situation on the cliffside, Crescent Runner. They have the commander. I mean, first we loot, of course. Well, looks like we can't. Ready? Okay, the side-scrolling, it's just like... Can't do it. Companion combos, yeah, I've already seen that. Is there some way... There we go, scroll speed. This is like insane right now. At least this much. Area loot radius increased to maximum. Why would you want it any less than maximum? Yes. Now we're talking. Now we can actually scroll this bitch. Pelox Tyrell, stow your weapons or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds his favorite officer at knife point. Skewer him! Worry not for me, Graven Ash will protect. His favorite officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracers and cuirass. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? This blade, with a jerk of the knife, he slices off a clump of Dras's matted hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Release the prisoner, and I might show you the inside of a cell. Conquest. I am Rurikhan. My name should be known to you, and it should be an honorable one. Please give me the knife. Athletics. Lower your weapon, then charge forward and wrest the knife from him. We have to help Drastus. You're Tunan's envoy? He watches you closely for a long moment until his posture slackens and he lowers the knife. If you will vouch for my safety, then his sentence is halted as a spear thrust into his lung. Leaping forward the moment Tyrell lowers his blade, that his favorite soldiers slaughter the Oathbreaker. Dazed but alive, Drastus lets out alongside and struggles to his feet. I offer that man mercy, and you made a liar of me. These mongrels require a firm hand. They cannot be trusted, and my honor is as dear to me as your sword is to you. Do not forget that a second time. Fault lies with the Oathbreaker for forcing our hand. Just clean up this mess. I thought you were the proud of the North. Do not disgrace me again. I understand. My apologies. It will not happen again. I am honorable. Kairos be praised. The Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Karen himself. Dress slides a trembling hand along the cut on his neck. Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last. From the look of it, I guess they thought if they swarmed the pass, maybe one might make it out. We found a few scraps of parchment on the bodies. A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make out sense of this. I have no time for this. I should be on my way to see the Archons. All the training in Graven Ash doesn't teach you to read. Let's not insult the poor man. Repeating the same messages in different written scripts, the parchments explain the Vendrian Guard's desire to overthrow Kairos' Archons and rout their armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites to all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Vendrian's Well. Recruitment material. They were trying to bring more traitors to the fight. Useless scrawling, nothing more. Well, from the look of it, we kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hoped to accomplish, I think their plan died here. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready, leave by the gate to the southeast and follow the trails downslope for a few hours. You'll see the campfires leagues away. Can't miss it. Okay, looks like we've completed the quest. Can loot this dude. Take all of his stuff. We loot this camp. Oh, looks like there's corpses all over the place. Yeah. Hi there. Fatebinder, what an honor to have one of Tunan's court visit our humble steadfast. Lead supplies. Trust you have been granted proper stewardship of the goods you're peddling. Let me see those. Smirches grant the unlimited right to trade in a logistical capacity when not supporting an active battle. She has the right to trade grain, copper, olives, and anyone in tiers. I can lie. Well, looks like we have a slight problem here. It all seems in order. Okay, whatever. Looks like we looted that dude. Is there any more loot out here? The Archon demands all prisoners be given a chance to serve the chorus. Prisoner says his name is Tarkus Damus. Drastus lets out a long sigh, tapping his gauntleted finger to his temple. Then I don't think this is a complicated matter. He dies. His family's been a driving force in the Vendrian Guard. Killing him should demoralize whatever's left of the Tarkus clan. All must be given a chance to. The chorus mage falls short as her eyes widen at the recognition of your face. You, I see how it is. Have you come to once again deny us our right? How do you expect us to fight if we are denied the right to claim new blood? We let you take prisoners, but you can't control them. You send these conscripts out on patrol and they never return, defecting all over again. I can't let this nonsense strategy continue. Now I insist this Oathbreaker be taken to the voices of Nerat, leaving us at an impasse. Fortunately, we have the Fatebinder here to settle this matter for us. Chandra turns to you, an expectant smile creeping across her face. So, what say you? What should become of this prisoner? Execute the Oathbreaker. One chance to surrender is enough. Chorus should be allowed chance to recruit new warriors. You have gained wrath with this favored. Oops. This is the sort of nonsense that got us into the mess we're in now. If we keep showing these mongrels mercy, they'll bite us time and time again. If it will calm your nerves, I assure you this one wouldn't be put in a battlefield. Sure, the prisoner is taken straight to the voices of Nerat. I won't keep you here any longer, Fate Miner. I know you have important business in the valley. For the glory of Kyrus. For the glory of Kyrus.
Will do.
So it looks like all of these dudes are dead. Let's take a quick look at some of the gear we have here. Can we... Ceremonial Fate Miners Deflector. Deflect 6%. So the changes are I get less recovery, less deflection, and disengagement defense. But I gain something else. How about you? Looks like we both lose things from these crappy ass boots. I will take these things. What are these? +1 to quickness. Okay. What's this? Honor Guard's Bronze Falx. My, it's a two-handed sword. Pretty beast. But we are not two-handed. Should probably sell some of this stuff. I don't know what this is for. Seems pretty useless. So I'll take this. Sigil of Distant Impact. Scrolls and magics. Probably don't need this. So I'll probably sell all this stuff. Sure. There's a trader here. Hey. Hey. See what you have. How do I sell? I right click. Drag it over there. Okay. You're gonna give me money for this. Okay. Whatever. We can actually talk with everyone. Okay. So the dudes are not too happy about what we did there.
Sorry, can't. Can't do that.
Aurora, Drastus, Queen Lyxius Monument. How do I go to where I'm supposed to go now?
Sorry, can't.
Am I supposed to go this way? Oh, because that's where the thing crashed down. Ah. Yes. Climb the rope.
Interesting.
What's this? Okay. Wonder if you can do the things even if you don't have the appropriate stats.
Sorry, can't.
Southeast for the gate. I have a hard time reading this map. Like, way too dimensional. There we go. Didn't really see where these guys came from. Here we move onwards. His favorite camp, Edgering Ruins. I'm assuming this is where we are. Take you 3 hours to complete your journey from the Edgering Ruins to this favorite camp. Alrighty, travel to this favorite camp. Let's see what this is about. Take what you can carry, but leave the cart, otherwise we seize you and your wares. What are you doing? Hail, Fatebound, this fighter scout nods your approach. Camps up ahead, don't mind us, just clearing out the rabble. Doing don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I am happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she going on about trading rights, and what nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. The Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit. You're on this favored land. These warriors have every right to kill you. You should be more thankful they're even listening to you speak. Trade permit? Well, who do I speak for such a thing? Not us and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunon. But we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wear first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. Anything to be argued before Tunon may be argued before me. You'd best start making a very strong argument as to why I should help you. Well, at this point, it's just like, you're on this favored land. But I'm only here to peddle my wares. I mean no harm. The merchant takes a step back, his eyes scanning the soldier's sign of movement. And if you think I'm a threat to this favored camp, then you have seriously overestimated me. Please, how do I make this right? From the sound of it, I feel like I'm about to be robbed. You're not the only one. I'm being robbed of patience as we speak. We should move on. Fatebinder, petty disputes are beneath us both. We're being granted life after trespassing on our lands. Please, can you do something? This is none of my concern. Alright, you are. None of my business. Get the fuck out of here. Can I loot this stuff? No? Like, at some point, you have to delegate. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? Voice of Narat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. Let's have it out. What's so special about you? Oh, I can't do it. What else have the voices of Narat told you? Only that I could find you in the Edgering Ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Matami River. I'm here to deliver an edict from Kairos. That makes a crazy kind of sense, considering how long the siege has taxed the armies. I can understand why Kairos would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? You know what it says. That is not for you to know. You're telling the truth. I suppose I'll hear about it soon enough anyway. I really ought to be meeting with the Archons. Most have suffered too many blows to the head. Really? I gotta be so evil about the disfavored. What is this? Oh, it just marks the disfavored camp. Humble grave lies before you. A battered sword has been used as a marker. The initial B deeply engraved into the iron.
A modest grave for the Archon's son, Brennix. We don't bother with funeral rites in the chorus. No point in thanking conscripts for their duty.
Righty. Let's actually go inside the camp. I have a tendency to overexplore, and I'm not sure that actually compensates in games like these. Look at you, our great gate crasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chest in plate and salute. Welcome to this favorite camp. Always happy to have an honored ally pay us a visit. Loot. Graven Ash protects. It's an honor to have you in our camp, Fatebinder. Sorry in advance for all the arguments Apprentice will bring out. Hopefully it won't be like back in Stalwart with the chorus trying to claim our work slaves just because they can't win a battle without crippling losses. I think this misguided little shit just insulted my brothers and sisters. In my book, that's a dispute between the armies. Are you going to stand for that? God damn it. No harm done, verse stand down. None to you maybe, but the word of mouth and one standing in are important in the army. A cocky guard who doesn't know his business can do as much damage as a pitchfork to the guts. Thought you would have had that figured out by now. Go on in. The Archons are expecting you. You'll find them in the war tent, center of camp. What do we have here? This dude is red. Glory to the voices of Nerot. Good equipped. What's like working with the disfavored? Reporting to the Iron Hag is an insult. She fought one duel for Title 1. Her leadership must be continuously proven, earned, and defended. Weakness should bleed to the bottom of the army, not rise to the top. My assignment here is also an insult, but one I will bear for the gods of Chorus. Whatever. Dude's like upset. Just upset. Let's deal with it.
I'd say that's worth
Archons
a
await
second
you
glance.
inside. It's worth a second glance. Subterfuge. They await me inside the tent. I don't know why we just gained that subterfuge skill point. Ooh, that's why. Good job. Good job indeed. Let's take a look at the prisons back here. Ooh, what's in here? My bronze tower shield. Might just take that. How does this differ from our shield? More parry, more endurance, plus 3.0 seconds recovery instead of plus 4. Not even sure exactly what that does, but seems like it's better. Like that. Oh, we look like a badass. Can we swap this into here? No. Looks like we had 2 shields, so... Okay. You actually have 2 physical shields for each of the sets. That works. Let's meet with the Archons. Tachyon Dragon in chat, how you doing, man? Yesterday you chid me for wishing to wait. Now you suggest an even longer delay. Perhaps the voices in your skull ought to come to a consensus. These guys are like mages and
There's
shit.
4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes his scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged robes. The glow is most noticeable where his neck ought to be. The mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
My lord, the Fatebinder has arrived. The disfavored commander raises her voice, trying with little success to speak over the Archons. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guests speak.
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
The Archon of Secrets swirls his scepter in a twisting loop. You hear the voices in your head. Can you hear us, Fateminder, cough if we have your attention?
And I thought you had left agents within these Tearsmen when they surrendered. Either you failed to see this coming, or you knew and let it happen. Incompetent or in cahoots, either way, this mess has your filthy stink all over it.
Filthy stink. The Archon of War lurches forward, resting his weight on his war maul as blue luminescence crackles. Armor.
We look forward to seeing you explain to Tunon why the Archon of War could not close the vice on this trivial little insurgency. When we are crowned the ruler of the Tears, we shall have this place renamed to Ash's Folly in your honor.
Good, good. Now pay attention, you might miss something. Fuck. Tosses the scepter into the air. Are you two just about done? They bicker like children, do they not? The fifth eye. Fifth eye's grinding tenor pierces tension in the tent, and all eyes land on the crimson spear. I meant only to say welcome to our guest, the Fatebinder.
Did I give you permission to speak?
The Archon of War turns to you, his blue eyes wide with anger. The many portraits you've seen depict Graven Ash with a stern, unamused countenance. He is even more taciturn in the flesh. Bow to the Archons. With a certain entrance, I've traveled long. I'm just gonna glare at him. You think I give a fuck? You think I care? Slap the blue out of you, you bastard!
Ah, the Stormcaller. Conveniently late once more. Our eyes and ears tell us you come bearing an edict. The anticipation is killing us.
With his favorite cut a bloody swath through the realm of Stalwart. By 430 it was clear the countryside had fallen, but the last of Stalwart's regents, the ruling family, would remain hidden. Massive keep and sentinel stand unwilling to meet his fate in a final battle. What the f is this? Conquest decision. Paris inflicted the edict of storms. Okay, that's why he's saying. That's why they call me the Stormcaller. Okay, I get it. I get it.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
Comrade. I require no thanks for doing my sword duty. I come bearing an edict of Kairos. Are you all done bickering? I have an edict to proclaim.
My dear Binder, we won't be done bickering until the last of Ash's hair falls out. We'll pause for you to read your little missive. Go on, don't keep us all in suspense.
I'm about ready to slap the green out of you too, don't you worry about that.
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
The Overlord's loyal servants must hold Ascension Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all in the Valley shall perish. It seems you need some encouragement to work together. Kairos' edict will end the lives of everyone in this valley unless Ascension Hall is claimed by Kairos' Day of Swords. In honor of your incompetence and disarray, the edict will execute every living thing in this valley unless... Yes, very much so. Wow, Graven Ash is seriously pissed off with me. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It is every syllable drafted from the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down the mountains, feel renewed. Tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. Vigor, whatever.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error. and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still, and we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time, so we do this the hard way, over the walls instead of through.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
Passes a scepter from one hand to the next. You hear voices in your head. Watch him squirm. So many tears over replaceable, expendable, useless soldiers. I missed the old Archon of War. You'd never see blood echo in a bubbling mess over a few dead killers. He'd used the knuckle bones of his best disciples for jewelry, and even made a breastplate out of his dead brother's... And I want to read ribcage, because that's how a real man deals with grief. I don't like this guy, and I keep gaining his favor with my answers. I really don't like this fucking guy. Bicker all you wish. You're just wasting valuable time. Are you too daft? It is your indecision and bickering that necessitated this edict. When we work together, we're all doomed. They call you the Archon of Secrets, but you certainly don't seem to know anything remotely useful.
I second the Fatebinder. Thought you had the memories of one of those Oathbreakers rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kairos' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies with some scrap of strategic insight?
The Archon of Secrets turns his head to the side until the face of his mask is turned around and a new facet of the mask presents itself facing forward. When next the Archon speaks, the trembling voice of a younger man can be heard.
Our river was to be the bulwark, but with the Tidecasters slain, what hope remains? It's so cold in here. Help me. Please.
Our sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store. But this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Matani, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile.
Conquest, I know that voice. Matani Genev of the Vendrian Guard.
Good ear, young Fatebinder. When the Vendrian Guard surrendered, Matani Yanev had the audacity to demand an audience. Being the gracious Archon we are, we obliged. What the good captain knew, we now know.
Okay. Our lives hang in the balance because you two bicker like children. Now go solve this problem you've started. No more sitting idly. I expected this favor to be on the march at once. Trust you are done acting the clown and we'll have your horde ready to march with all haste.
Do not think for a moment that you can give us orders, maggot. Not unless you wish to discover new ways of feeling pain.
I'm not scared of you. My lord Barrick and his band, though you know only him by name, Barrick is commander of the Stone Shields, well regarded by this favored high command, and his band have been drilling into the Echo Hall assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If this favored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's Chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
The Archon twirls the scepter one last time. You hear the voice in your hand. Swing by the Scarlet Chorus camp before you get wrapped up in whatever errands this favor demand of you. The Scarlet Chorus could benefit from your expertise. Whatever.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narat is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance. A skilled outsider. And what of the Scarlet Chorus? How will they be helping?
I ask myself that question often. While we take the river crossing, the Scarlet Chorus should be using their sizable presence to remove the Oathbreaker patrols lurking in the Outer Valley.
The Oathbreakers have maintained a sizable force outside of the Citadel. We need the Chorus manpower to scour the region, otherwise the Oathbreakers will attack. Help. Our marcher Elenius, the Iron Marshal salutes Graven Ashton, turns to leave the tent. I will be at the training grounds readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are. And though I am loath to mention it, the Chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp due east. Seek him out if you must. This dude's war mace looks awesome. Do we get to loot anything here? Alt puts you in stealth. Shift doesn't do anything. Oh, shift pauses.
On the lookout.
Doesn't do anything. Control doesn't do anything. Not exactly sure what the skulls next to our portraits was supposed to. Okay. Now that you've delivered the word of Kyrus' edict, the army's the time remaining until Kyrus appears next to the current date of the navigation bar. The terms of Kyrus' edict must be met by this date, or everyone in the... Aw, man. I really don't like games that put you on a fucking timetable. I don't like feeling the pressure of, like, gotta do this fast. Like, I like taking my time. Hopefully this is, like, more than enough for you to complete the damn thing, but still. I'd rather not have that looming over me. Missives. I'd archive missives. Okay, looks like we didn't level up. Looks like that. What's this? Edict of Execution. Oh, okay. Probably something's gonna happen. I kind of feel that something's gonna happen at some point where this doesn't really matter. Assuming this guy... They said, let's go to... Does she want to talk with me? First, how did you do that? Do what? Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? Well, I've done it before. Don't I look stupid? You were the one who cast the Edict of Storms on Stalwart, didn't you? The one that tore the battlefield apart with the cyclone of Kyrus' anger. It's me, all right. Call me impressed, considering that you've read the words of Kyrus more than once. I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. Not trying to make you feel uncomfortable, it's just worth recognizing that what you've done. Not only are you Tunon's fate binder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places, and I want to see where they lead. If you say so, I have some questions about you. Are you a spy for the Voices of Narat? First regards you with an unreadable expression. Her mismatched eyes look at each of yours in turn. I mean, does it even matter? You have to decide for yourself whether or not I'm worth trusting. Is keeping me along worth the risk that I'll spill the occasional word about what you ate for breakfast? So yes. Tell me about your time with the Scarlet Curse. What are your thoughts on this favored? Warned of self-entitled children so wound up in delusions of honor they're likely to hang themselves by their own high standards. I wish they had stayed in the Northern Empire where they belonged. Then we could get some real work done into tears. Whatever. You want to talk again?
Fatefinder. Always a pleasure.
First sizes you up with open curiosity. When her assessment is done, she laughs to herself, shaking her head.
What do you need?
I don't understand. You learned a thing or two about fighting in the Scarlet Chorus. Care to duel?
That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
Dual wielding knives. How about bows? Let's play target practice.
Exotic. Good choice. I'll leave you to guess which one is my dominant hand.
Verse slashes and parries with unrestrained ferocity. At times it becomes difficult for you to follow her movements. After taking more than a few cuts, you learn to relax your eyes and better follow the subtle motion of her dance.
You held your own. Call me impressed. Need anything else, or did I tire you out?
Oh, we'll talk again later. Wow.
Fatefinder. Always a pleasure. What do you need?
Okay, so this doesn't mean that she wants to talk, it just means that you can talk. Let's head to the her faction's camp. Scarlet Chorus's camp. This is why you have the hours in the map, basically. Makes a lot more sense now. Take another step, I'll pin your foot to the dirt. What is this? Quiet shiv. It proves everything. The warrior slams her fists together in a resounding clap, like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. What's the problem here? No problem here, Lord Binder. She tosses her blade into the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems he's about to balk from this challenge. Thinks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. So I'm calling him out, because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. Warrior points at the opposing game. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily, but I'll have your hands and feet removed, and the rest of you kept for my own use. This is foolish. Stop this at once. Care to wager on this fight? I can use it. Allow me to join you. I enjoy a good bloodbath. This is foolish. Stop this at once. Excuse me, this is our way, Fatebinder, and you have no right to stop us. We are not harming anyone outside the chorus. I don't know who you are, but I don't need your help. He looks back at this gang. I think we can handle ourselves just fine. Beat, shiver, shank, bloody, then I'll settle it with strength. Bickering amongst yourselves costs us the war after. As a whole, it does affect others outside the chorus. Gang leader spins her knife for a moment. You've gained wrath with Scarlet Chorus. You've gained favor with Tunon. Fine. Whatever. Stop being little bitches and work. Work! The guard places her hands by her belts as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point is chorus territory. And you don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you're in the right place? Murakhan, Fatebinder of Tunon, I'm here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be him. Can I beat her up? I was expecting a Scarlet Chorus warrior, not a child, asking for a beating. Step in close, push her down. Boom! Before she can draw her blade to advance, place your foot behind hers and give her a stiff shove on the shoulder. Caught off balance, she tumbles backwards, triggering an outburst of laughter in the other guard. Can't believe you sassed the Fatebringer. You're such a stupid ponce. Didn't I tell you we had a special guest coming? Guard waves at you with a smile. Come on in and don't let the ninny shitters at camp give you any gulf. I like this stuff. Just shove someone down, because why the fuck not? I'm the Fatebringer. I do what I want. I do what I want. It's a power trip. Nothing here. Who the fuck am I supposed to talk to? Looks like we can rest there if we want to. Greg. These threadbare tents show signs of hard use and long-term exposure to the elements. Yes. Scroll. Can't read it because we're not mages, neither of us. Talk with Reg over here. Look who we have here, chewing on some matter of cut. A heavy-set soldier flings and spits and crumbles as she talks. Fatebinder finally shows himself. This is Baz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Whatever. Anything we can do for you? No. I was just looking for a quest. I thought there was a quest to do here. Unless I have to talk with this guy repeatedly until he tells me something. So there's Reg. There's
Sorry,
Boz.
can't.
Boz is pretty much the same thing. Yada yada yada. I'm supposed to meet with the Fifth Eye. They say he shares a leg ring voice. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little wild, bloodthirsty, mad, brilliant. Okay. So, doesn't look like he's here? Oh, there he is. There's the dude. Hi. Binder of Tunon arrives, squealing with a teenager's timber. The Fifth Eye voices make your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives. But worry not. We'll have more fun within a batch momentarily. Now that you have issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Trust you're getting your warriors ready for battle. Oh, the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. The Fifth Eye wags hand in an air, high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the Outer Valley, and unless we deal with the second group, they attack from behind the moment we cross the river. This favorite think you can't control your horde, and that many are defecting back to the Vendrian Guard. You have how large a force, and for all these weeks you've let the enemy move freely through the valley? I'm hurt, insult my manners or maturity, but do not insinuate that I sit idle when there's blood to be shed. We have dealt with countless Oathbreakers, but one group remains at large despite our best efforts. Captain Pelox's crew consistently evades or kills our own gangs. So you need help taking these out. Yeah, I could use your help questioning this Varian Kel. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. Why not just ask the Archon of Secrets? I thought he could interrogate anything. Ooh. And I'm sure you can drink all manner of cider, but that doesn't mean you'll drink every barrel of cider in sight. Boring, insignificant mind is a waste of the Archon's efforts. Are a few conscripts going to change anything at this point? Okay, I'll speak with the prisoner. Am I supposed to go here now? This dude is not doing much. Where's the prisoner? Well, I'm just supposed to follow this guy until he comes over here. Is this the prisoner? Varian Kell. Please, someone, I wish to bow before the voices of Nerat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. Lurches forward in agony, her soiled, trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one, he flippantly waves at the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vendor Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing that I wanted to guarantee that I'd live and be welcomed into the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk, otherwise they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join the Vendrian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. You claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. Kairos is the new strength of the tears, and I would rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. When I joined the Vendrian Guard, I accepted their broken vow onto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause, one you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I am willing to bow before the voice of Nerat to prove it. From what you know, and I will see about your release. Where the course is looking for Captain Pelox Florin and his crew, I can lead you to them only if you release me. Athletics, start talking now. Or subterfuge. You gain 35 athletics skill experience. Well, you see. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points to her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. A tall, dark one missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. Snap of his finger, a pair of choirmen yank the boot off the fallen guardsman. Rolled parchment slides off the boot and is thrust into the fifth size hand. He unfurls the scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense, just mash of words. He said information she gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. Heard her say she'd swear fealty to the voices of Nerat. An initiation rite would be in order. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose we do with her? Let's test her loyalty, kill these guardsmen with something blunt, send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she will aid us, or we will track down her kin. You're wasting good slave. Work her until she's broken and feed her to the pigs. Wow, there's really no decent response to this, is there? Send her back as an agent. When the time comes, she will later, so we'll track down her kin. I will need to think of a good explanation for my escape, but I'm certain I can return and avoid suspicion. Thank you. You will not regret this act of mercy. This will end amusingly, for the Vendrian Guard would be smart to assume she's only escaped by our whims. You there, the fifth eye barks at a pair of guardsmen, beckoning them forward. Release our newest recruit. She has orders to infiltrate the Oathbreakers. See that she is escorted to the river's edge. Variah inhales deeply, flexing her fingers as she shakes off the stiffness of being tied to a post for days. I'll return to the Vendrian Guard, act well my part, and wait further instructions from the chorus. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position now. With this cryptic mess, she promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
Show him the parchment. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't. So, I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
You can read or you cannot. What uses a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. Your life depends on you translating this scroll now.
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere. If I sat down with it while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
Sorry, dude. You're full of shit.
Wait, I beseech you, don't dispose of me just yet. A trial, a fair trial is all I ask.
Trial? I was thinking the exact same thing. Never leave to debate what can be settled by strength.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
As a Fatebinder, it is not my place to tell the chorus how to conduct trials on their own land. Sorry, dude. You did. Servant of Justice that knows their proper place. Such a rarity among Tunan's law dogs.
This trial may be a terrible idea, but if I don't entertain them in their court, they'll have more grisly recreation in mind. Please, I'll help you translate the message. I'll do whatever you need.
Why can't I just let you die?
Fighters are trained in magic, correct? Be my champion, protect me through this trial, and I will teach you all I know of the healing arts. Think of all you could help with such mystic lore.
Okay, so it looks like if I let this guy live, he's going to be a healer. Looks like he's going to be a healer. So maybe, whatever. At least this prisoner wants I'm taking him into my custody. Not a chance. He's our prisoner. If you think you can crack the information we need out of his skull without troubling the Archon, that's one thing, but you're not walking out of here with our property. Grab him by the mask. Did you just tell me? No? The chorus warrior emits a whimpering squeal as you grab him by the chain of his mask and pull him close, gloved hands pressed against you. But try as he might, his push cannot exceed your pull. At least a prisoner to me, and I won't shame and degrade you in full view of your followers. Very brave of you to insult me to my face. Let's have your little trial. Release the prisoner to me, and I won't shame and degrade you in full view of your followers. Yes, yes! You too! Release the sage, he's a Fatebinder's problem now. You're goddamn right he is. When I want something, I fucking take it. Sage is unbound from the post, stiff legs nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail. Their new freedom, wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile.
Thank you. Oh, I thought I was going to wind up as another corpse in that pile. Now, hand me that parchment. The sooner I can find out what it says, the sooner I can get out of this place.
I like these actions that you can just, you're like, fucking grab someone by the mask and like, look here, you fuck. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Trip Nettle. The old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can't get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They'll strike at first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they will parley if yours is the face they see. I know the area, and I suggest we go once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. Slow down. You said you'd teach me a thing or two about magic. That happens now. This isn't exactly a quiet classroom, but I suppose it will suffice. Before I start, are you sure we have time? With the Weedic and all. We can always do this later. Time is of the essence. This can wait. You're offering to come with me. Why? Because the alternative is what? Living here with these illiterate brutes? My old study is under a river of fire, and there is no family missing me. Swear fealty to me, and I will let you leave this place with me. Much rather chronicle the binder than the twice-proclaimed Edict of Kairos. I'd be a fool to let someone else write your story. Swear fealty to me, and I will let you leave this place. If that is your price, I will pay it. I, Sage Lantry of the School of Ink and Quill, do pledge my services in Skyn to the Facebringer, and by extension to the Court of Tunon. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how not to get killed. Really, I won't slow you down. Lead the way and let me know if I can be of service. Are we done yet? Let's hightail to Tripnettle. If your new pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears.
Will do.
Oh, he actually looks decent when he's not tied to a fucking post. What else can we do? We'll talk more. What's his weapon? It's a fucking quill. It's a quill. Why don't you equip a shield? And get yourself killed, old
As
man.
you command.
I'll probably won't have him like do proper combat or whatever. Does he have skills? What's this? Titan's touch. Restoring touch. Quicken. Renewal. Okay. So he's basically a spellcaster of sorts. Wow. 6 hours to get there. This is a serious problem. Because, like, we can't go back to his favorite camp after that. So we can either help the disfavored or help the Scarlet Chorus. I want to go back to this favorite camp. No, let's actually go here. Hell with it. Path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian Guard. You can go no further until we deal with them. Oh, we got a slave.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
Woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outer flashes of aquamarine body paint. School of Tides. Majority of the school fled before the coming of Kairos. The remainder were last seen during the first campaign in Veldrin's Well. Magic of water. Brave light. The art of directing the moon's arcane light into baleful, searing energy. Woman leads on an elaborate bladed staff, pulsing with arcane energy, a swath of blue fabric. Diplomacy and truce.
I owe you an apology, Peacebinder, for we have dishonored the surrender that you offered us in our year of defeat. I cannot excuse or defend our action. I leave that to history. But all the same, I am deeply indebted to you for treating my Tearsmen with charity and humanity, even in this time of madness. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
You have me at a disadvantage.
I am Ebb of the School of Tides, and today I speak on behalf of the Vendrian Guard.
As Fatebinder of Tunon and emissary of Kyrus, I will hear your words.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
One of the leaders of the attack on the Edgering Ruins, Tarkus Deimos, was subdued during the battle in accordance with the Scarlet Chorus request. You ordered Deimos conscripted into the chorus. Tarkus Deimos is with the chorus now. Should I just tell her, or... Yeah, I'm just gonna tell her. Tarkus Deimos is with the chorus now.
Then if we see him again, it will have to be as enemies. If I may make one more inquiry, what of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Though you rarely have the luxury of matching names to countless tearsmen you've encountered, you are reasonably certain she is asking about the Vendrian Guard warrior that took Drastus hostage at Edgering Ruins. He did not survive the encounter. Palox Tyrell is dead. You're not slowly, saying nothing for a long moment.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
Sorry that you did not find what you were seeking.
Then all that remains is for me to thank you for hearing me out. In accordance with our ancient customs north and south, let us part with peaceful accord.
I like the fact that you can, like, talk your way out of stuff. It makes the game more interesting than just like, hey, you found these people, now you kill them. You found these dudes, and now you kill them, you know? Makes the game more interesting that way. How do I leave? They just left from here. Can I do the same? No? So I have to go through. I'm assuming now we just continue onwards. Yes. What are these dudes doing here? Fake limp. Reinforcements? Finally, come this way. We need to... Just confusion comes down across his painted face. Sister Verse, what did I do to deserve such a helping hand? Fifth Eye has a sense of humor sending you. Verse returns a cold glare but says nothing. You two know each other? This one used to run with my pack until he left for Death Knell's gang. Motherless swine didn't even have the guts to fight me for the right to leave. He just packed up and left with his coward's tail between his fat legs. And wise move at that. How many have you lost under your command so far? I misspoke. I'm sure you only got most of them killed. I can't rule out death by their own incompetence. Seems Death Knell didn't take my advice and have you gelded to curb your outbursts. Verse, if you want to fight him, I got your back, but we do have a mission here. Athletics, grab Fake Limp by the neck. Apologize. Now. With a swift, confident stride, you advance on Faith Limp and grab his neck. Before he can step away, his stance wobbles as you clench down on his throat, and he presses his arms against you desperately to push you away. At last, he tears himself away from your grip, gasping for air and clutching at his throat. I'm sorry, Mistress Verse. I did not mean any disrespect. Of course you did, and I couldn't care less. Just know this, you're not good enough to do it to my face. Clean yourself up. Apologies, I have been in the field for weeks, answering to no one. I've forgotten my place. Goddamn right you have. Their camp is just yonder, and we've kept an eye on them for the last couple of days. Some of them left a few hours ago looking for food, maybe out on patrol, but they haven't returned yet. Might be wise to strike now while they're divided. What's your plan now? I lost 2 of my gang in the mountains, and we've been half rations for days. So until we get a much larger contingent, we're not likely to win any fight we start. Now that you're here, I figured my gang will hold back, keep an eye out for trouble, maybe swoop in if things get messy. Too cowardly to fight. I see how it is. Yes, ha 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 ha. If I'm to throw away the lives of my gang, it will be in pursuit of something far more grandiose and profitable. My gang and I will lurk nearby. When you make your move, we'll descend and help with capturing Florian. Don't worry, I'll let the others know you did the heavy lifting. I'll cheat at battle, but not with my reputation. God, you suck. You suck so hard, dude. Okay, guys, stealth mode.
Look out. Sorry, can't.
Stealth does slow us down considerably. Exit stealth mode. We're gonna go through here. Take whatever's in this box.
Learn something every day.
Oh, looks like we leveled up. Level up bonus. It's gonna last for a few seconds. So.
More tallies to the body.
Okay. Let's do the thing we do. And you do this.
On my command.
Spotted something.
Okay, now I am going to... Why is this guy selected? Like, stop. What's this? Quicken. Oh, it's because this ability is shared by the both of us. Lantry quickly heals the Fate Binder with a surge of restorative energy. The burst of energy is so invigorating the Fate Binder is also hastened for a last duration. Okay, we're actually going to buff ourselves with Warrior's Respite. It's not worth it. These dudes are damn near dead. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna have her come back here. Now that he's down, she is going to give him the flames. You, sir, are going to heal her.
You got it.
Do I still have skills? Of course I do. I don't think I've screamed yet. I don't think I need to. She's like burning away, so we're gonna send her this guy.
That's how it's done.
Now I'm gonna turn around, attack you. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and heal her again. You can't, bastard. Useless twat. Go. Attack, dude. Ooh, get skewered. He got skewered real good. Seriously? Fucking idiot. Look at you. Look at you. Heal yourself.
I'll take care of it.
Goddamn right you'll take care of it. Or I slap the shit out of you.
Will do.
I guess we need more subterfuge. Can we actually sneak? Try to sneak up. Why is he red? Wounded, too. Okay, so we'll have to rest. Okay. Like if we go through here, we're going to encounter them head on.
Would you take a look at that?
Ooh, there's a trap. Oh, interesting. There's an actual stealth mechanic that will show you if you're about to be detected.
Can't do that.
It's useful. I understand how wounded works. About to detect us, so what we're gonna do at this point is I'm gonna shield slam this fool. It's not actually telling me that I'm shield slamming.
Right.
Okay, but I am gonna do it. Good. I'm gonna shield slam this guy. You are going to burn this guy. He's the archer, right? He looks like an archer. Looks like he's got a bow on him. So you're gonna burn him. Do you have any offensive spells at all? Which this? Renewal? And this is Titan's Touch. Can you touch me with a Titan's Touch?
Right.
I'm not.
Now that we've done that, then we've created this fine mess. We are going to just destroy this guy. You need to run away, like here. Oh yeah, we got him. We fucked him up. Good, good. Okay, now I am going to scream because we need a damn buff. Meanwhile, you, sir, are going to heal her because she's all kinds of fucked up right now.
Consider it.
Oh god. E is so fucked up right now. Yeah. I was not aware that you would have to actually touch her to perform the restoring touch. This is bad. This is real bad. Does this heal both of us? No.
I'm not.
Son of a bitch. Stop it. Can I shift? No, you can't shift. I wish you could shift.
Built for this sort of violence.
Can you attack the person I just told you to attack? There you go. God damn it, why did he turn around? Idiot. Did I scream yet? I thought I wanted to scream. Scream, please. Thank you. Now that we've done that, we'll want to shield slam him. And I'll want you to attack him.
Let them think they can get me.
This is a bad situation no matter how I look at it. Throw your arrow at this fucker right.
You got it.
Burn him dead. This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. Shield slam him. Stop that shit. My character is tanky as balls. It's under this guy.
Damn thing couldn't pierce cloth.
Okay, you're still with everything on cooldown. This is not looking good. This goddamn archer going to die. Oh, he's not an archer. He's actually a dual wielder. No! Focus this guy. Kill him. Why is she not attacking the guy I'm telling her to attack? Okay. Now that we've done that, burn this fucker. Burn him to the ground. This only once per encounter? Why can't I attack this person? Got him. Very well. How about you healing touch the crap out of this whole party now? How does that feel? Looks like both of yous are wounded.
I feel faint.
I was about to say, how's about we actually swap your position here, buddy? Can we? I do that? That gonna change things? Let's put some on the front line. I want him on the back line. There you go. It's all about the way that I orient the group.
I'm old, not deaf. I heard you the first time.
But you're pretty fucked up, though.
On it.
So, did we kill everybody? What's the deal? Did we win? Pelux Florin, the Overlord pawns have arrived, blades up, falks in hand and ready for battle. The Vendrian Guard captain bellows orders to the warriors in his camp, dressed in tarnished bronze and sporting countless scars across his arms. Pelux Florin towers over his peers. You value your life. Drop. His words fall silent as he scans your face in careful detail. Wait, I know you. How in Terratus do I know your face? Can it be Peacebinder? Warrior relaxes his grips on his falk. Come to lecture me about not holding up my end of the surrender. You value your life, drop everything and flee or stand and fight. I'm happy with that option too. It just seemed unsporting for me to suggest it. I left my nicest blue flag at camp, but I'd like to talk all the same. You want to talk? Fine, speak your mind. Try anything funny and I'll run my falks clear up your backside until you taste bronze. Subterfuge, the Scarlet Chorus, lore. Aw, there's no option to just slap him in the face. Scarlet Chorus want you, just you. The rest of your warriors are incidental. They can walk away and nobody will notice. Better have a damn good reason for spilling our plan. Curious, almost flattered. Why tell me this? What angle are you playing? As before, I'm only trying to minimize the body count. Call me idealistic. And the Archons are unhappy. I am amused. I want all of you to flee today so you're alive to trouble them tomorrow. Vendrian Guard Captain inhales deeply, taking a quick survey of his soldiers as he exhales slowly. I will do it. If you allow my soldiers to leave, I will concede and agree to be your prisoner. Surrender and the rest of your crew may leave. It is your lucky day. I'm in a merciful mood, or I'll let all of you leave. Go now before I reconsider. Surrender and the rest of your crew may leave. You hear that? Go on. Tell the crew back home I'll return soon, and if not, the captain... Well, if that happens, I trust you'll all avenge me. But if this Fatebringer speaks true, I'll be back soon. I'll even bring back a souvenir, the severed head of the Voices of Nerat. Nothing personal, but I can't come back empty-handed. That said, I only need you. The rest are free to go. Say your farewells. You say, make a run for it before I change my mind. Warrior in turn approaches Florin, embraces and readies to depart with a silent nod. When the warriors have said their goodbyes, they hoist their rucksacks and depart. I like the fact that you can resolve a lot of the situation in combat. But this gives me a pretty good idea what the game's about. Should give you guys a pretty good idea what the game's about as well. Personally, I like it. I like the art style. I particularly like the amount of choices that you have. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, what's this? Studded Iron Gorget and Aversion. Two-handed. It's the sword? Yeah, it's a two-handed sword. Sweet. I like what they're trying to do. It's very classical, very Baldur's-esque. There's a ton of reading to do, so if you guys don't like that kind of stuff, this is probably not the game for you. The graphics are pretty good. The animations are okay, but again, the whole point of this game is more about the text and getting ingrained in the lore and role-playing than necessarily action, so to speak. Still, I think it's pretty well made. Looks like it's fun. And that's pretty much my first impressions. If you guys enjoyed, remember there is a link in the description if you want to check it out over at GOG.com. Thank you guys very much for watching the live stream. Remember to leave it a like if you enjoyed it. And if you're new, subscribe so that you're always notified whenever I'm live streaming. And I'll see you guys in the next one.